We're talking here about the subtle art of selling. So let's put the title up for you. And we're talking about being very subtle here. Now, if you're a financial advisor, mortgage broker, professional advisor, or anybody that feels that selling is a dirty word, then you can avoid being accused of salesy tactics by using this one for you. And I'll give you a little story for you along the way. Now, I love my music. For any of you that know me, I love my music. And when I was a kid doing a paper round in the 70s, I would save a couple of monies for my paper round to buy an album. Albums were very expensive then, or I'd buy, the Buzzcocks or Susie the Banshees or Stranglers, and I loved all that. I used to listen to music all my life, I loved it. Now, during the 80s and 90s, I couldn't really afford music, it got quite expensive. Particularly in the 90s when CDs came about as well, apart from Blur Part Life, which of course you can give up eating to buy that album. That was in 1994. In 2000, music got free effectively, downloading of course and streaming, much cheaper nowadays. And throughout the noughties and early teens, I've gorged myself on music. And what I particularly got involved in now are festivals, rock festivals, and I love a rock festival. My favourite of all time, of course, is the Glastonbury Festival, which is the seminal moment in the calendar of festivals. Now, the problem with Glastonbury, though, is it's very difficult to get in. It's like a lottery to get tickets, and I keep failing, and I get really depressed. So this year, which I failed again to get Glastonbury tickets, I decided to go and treat myself to something for my music. And I went out and bought myself Spotify for my phone, which is not a buy, or is it £10 a month or something? But I bought myself these things called the Sonos speakers. Now, Sonos speakers are gorgeous things. I'm not doing a very good picture here, but they're lovely little white speakers. I bought 6 of them for the house, the new house we got. And I linked them around the house and I made them all stereo and linked to my app on my phone. And you can listen to any tune you like via Spotify pretty much in gorgeous stereo. It's fantastic sound. But the problem is, you see, these things cost about £1 a piece. Or £1 for the whole set, thereabouts. So if you can hold on, Paul, that's an awful lot of money to spend on speakers. But I bought them on a whim. I was so depressed about not going to Glastonbury, I thought, well, I'll buy these because I want to listen to music. You see, that's the point. People buy things, consumers predominantly, not so much businesses, but consumers buy things purely on emotion. They have this whim, this emotional tie, this sudden rush of emotion, which makes them buy stuff. And that's anything that you're selling. Financial services, mortgages, you're selling cars, whatever it is. People buy things on emotion, but here's the rub. When they walk away from the store, or the shopping cart's done its thing, they're getting their emails through with cooling off notices, it's then that they start to click in this logic. So what humans do then is they buy on emotion, which is why when we're selling things, we're supposed to be very emotional, we pull the heartstrings. But when they go away, when they're settling down, if you like, with the bill effectively, that's when logic kicks in. So they buy on emotion, and then they make their decision, if you like, they justify their decision, justification there, on logic. So where does that leave you then as a financial advisor? Well, my speakers were great. I bought them on a whim, love them to bits, but afterwards I think, oh no, you spent £1 there, Paul, on speakers. Where's the justification for that? But I decided to sort of prove it to myself. So they allow me to listen to any music pretty much for free, £10 a month, which is great. So I don't need to download or buy music anymore. I've also attached Alexa, and if I shout loud enough, she might say hi. Alexa, of course, is Amazon's brilliant voice-controlled speaker and computer. So I've attached Alexa there, so it saves me having to have the Amazon's tinny little things they've got as well. So I get great sound from Alexa as well. Great for alarm calls in the morning. She's great at getting me up in the morning. It allows me to do recipes, absolutely anything I want to, using Sonos speakers as well. And the cost pretty much is what Glastonbury would have cost me, because me and my mate Paul, we'd hire an RV or something just to go down to Glastonbury. So the cost itself is about £1. So I've justified it, and that's the point. If you're selling anything, financial services, cars, whatever it is you do, make sure that when the customer's signing the forms and they go into this logic justification mode, or if it's the shopping cart, or if you sell something that's regular, like a premium for life assurance, or Sonos, for example, or Spotify, which you pay £10 a month, you've got to constantly feed the customer with logical reasons why this product is the best thing ever. because they will get direct debit fever, you know, when people cancel their direct debits. If they don't think there's any logic in it for them as well. They get direct debit scared, don't they, people? So if you're selling for financial services, like a mortgage, for example, make sure the customer's aware of the great deal they're getting and the after-sales service and the logical reasons why. If you sell coaching, make sure they appreciate, you know, the logical reasons why they've hired a coach, what benefits it can bring into them. Remember, it's the emotion to buy, but then it's the logic kicks in. So make sure you do that, otherwise people will think, well, maybe we shouldn't have bought that in the end. And if there's a cooling off notice, which these things have, they'll stop it going. Quick little one for you. I tell you a grand. Now, if you're living in the UK, you probably know what a grand is. If you're from abroad, you've probably got no idea what a grand is. And a grand don't come for free. Now, what band was that from? The early noughties? Let me know and I'll give you a prize for one of my books. A grand don't come for free. Great tune as well. Hope that's been useful for you. Bye.